On behalf of Chakraborty IAS Academy at ORN Karol Bagh, New Delhi, I, SN Chakraborty Sir, I am trying to give some insights on the essay paper this year. My simple view is that the topics that appear in the essay paper CSC Mains 2026 reflect high level of professionalism. Believe me, these topics are not very tough, not very difficult. In fact, not a single topic in this year can be branded or termed as philosophical topic. What I find in these 8 topics, it merely tests how much efficient the candidate is to develop idea, concept, vision out of the subject matter that appears in a topic. Topics are definitely not straightforward, but the message inside it, the subject matter that underlies in them are simple. So what I have said several times earlier, and I repeat it again today, that take essay paper seriously. It is a full-fledged paper, equivalent in terms of marks and weightage with all the other 6 papers, including 2 papers of optional. Don't take any stepmotherly attitude to essay. Don't neglect it. Don't be overconfident. Don't take it so easily. Let me now briefly review the topics one by one. The first topic, oxymorons reflect the ironies of life. Now, oxymoron is a key word here. Reflect is a key word here. Ironies is a key word here. And life is a key word here. Oxymoron, don't go with oxymoron words because the topic does not say oxymoron word. So oxymoron word can be a small element or one element in the discussion, but if you start revolving around those oxymoron words, then this topic will not open up. Topic says about life. Now life can be individual life, can be collective life, therefore life has a micro dimension and macro dimension. Oxymoron in life functions differently. In that, oxymoron word may give you clue, but that cannot lead you to develop 1,000 or 1,100 years discussion. In life, there are happiness and sorrows. There are good side and bad side. There are successes and failures. So these are the realities of life, whether it is individual life or collective life. It is even true for the entire human race. This is an irony. This will be there in every life. Now, how that exists in the journey of life or in the existence of life, that is what essay requires. And I believe all of you, whatever life you have passed through, you have gone through this oxymoron process. And you can bring examples from various sectors, across the sectors, that how, two different opposite phenomena exist in life and why it is a hard reality, it is unavoidable, it is indispensable. What is the difficulty in it? Where is philosophy in it? There is no philosophy. It requires a lot of narrative. It requires those narratives to be developed in a sequencing manner, in a systematic manner. You give argument for those, various ways that exist, and then support it by examples. And I believe that if you can develop around 7, 8 or 9 areas like this, with 7, 8 or 9 examples, the essay will look fantastic. I don't think that this essay can be branded as philosophical or very difficult. And to begin with this essay, one can create an anecdote, one can bring it from mythologies, one can even use the today's consumerist life to show that how oxymoron has become so integral part of today's modern life. That way essay can begin very well, and essay can end up by saying that oxymoron or different opposite situations that came in life did not stop civilizational process, did not stop human being to progress further. This is the hope, that oxymoron can only reflect ironies of life, but it cannot stop or destroy life. Let us go to the second topic. Second topic is very interesting. It says that a grateful mind is very beautiful. Keywords are grateful, grateful mind, beautiful. Now, the topic does not say who has that grateful mind. Even an animal can have grateful mind, and also human being can have grateful mind. So these two discussions are possible. Contrasting perception building is possible. While animals' gratitude is expressed point blank, it is direct, it is simple, it is instinctive. Human is complex, it is thoughtful, it is indirect sometimes. Now, all expression of grateful mind may not be immediate for human being, but normally for animal it is instant. All animals or all human beings will not express their grateful mind in the same way. So it varies from person to person. It varies from situation to situation. It also depends on for what reason you feel grateful. There may be very deep gratefulness. There may be a momentum, short-lived gratefulness. Sometimes we say thanks. So that is a gratefulness. Sometimes we may go, long way to express that gratefulness to a person or to a community or to a society or to a nation or to the earth. Getting it? So gratefulness is not definitely person to person. It can be animal to person and person to animal. It can be person to person. It can be person to great collective. it can be even non-human, like environment, ecosystem, earth. So different ways this grateful mind, can express itself. So this is how grateful mind that can be discussed, and then it is beautiful. It is beautiful in terms of behavior, in terms of gesture, in terms of respect, in terms of reciprocity, in terms of recognizing. Now, all these that I am saying can be your discussion point. And these can be supported by small examples from various, walks of life. And I believe that given your reading, given your observation, given your journey of life, you can definitely import plenty of them if systematically you explore. If you have really understood the topic, then a great essay can develop. And I don't know that if candidates, react that these two topics are very tough, I would say it is unfortunate. Nothing else. Let us go to the third topic. A thorn is a changed bud. We all know about buds. Now, flower blooms, but before that it's a bud. Right? Now, if you see from buds, then the essay will get confused. All buds are not becoming thorn. Buds can become stem, can become branches of a tree, can become flower, can become leaf. So buds develops in different ways. Sometimes birds also become thorn. Now all thorns are not definitely coming out of buds. Thorns also have their own development process. In different ways they develop in the trees, in the plants. Sometimes thorns also develop from the buds. Right? Now those thorns which are not developing from buds, they are not our subject matter. Buds which are giving birth to leaves, branches or flowers, not our subject matter. Buds, when that is getting changed to thorn, only that part we'll have to discuss. When a bud gets changed, when buds does not develop properly, its development gets stuck, get disrupted due to some internal dynamics or some external causes. Then that birds develop hardness and then a very sharp edge sprouts up from that stiffening bud. Now if you take it to human life, now if a human does not get proper nourishment, proper socialization, love, affection, respect, then that person can turn to be a thorn in society. Can be asocial, can be antisocial. Right? That person can be a danger, to society. This can be, an analogy can be developed. That can be easily, developed to human civilization, human nature, human behavior. It can also be linked to a national behavior. It can be linked to an institutional behavior. It can be linked to an organizational behavior. So, various ways, this discussion can be developed. It can start from the plant world, where actually thorn and buds physically exist. then it's symbolical. Discussion can be expanded to many areas. And I don't think that it requires philosophy. It requires logic. It requires reasoning. It requires example. It requires thought process. Logic and reasoning does not mean that only philosophy is having it. All subjects have logic and reasoning according to their needs. That is what the topic is. If somebody feels little problematic to decode and understand the meaning of these three topics, I am sure that person will tilt towards the fourth topic, where it says that when two elephants fight, it is the grass which gets trampled. It is straightforward. That means a large number of candidates will expose themselves as not prepared enough to decode the topics, and therefore they are taking an easy path to write the topic on elephant, and the way the topic is framed, I think that a lot of candidates will link it with contemporary conflicts and wars that are going on in some areas. And by linking it, they may make it so international that basic essence of the topic that may get affected, or that may not come out the way it needs to come out. Now, if you focus only on two elephants and their fight, then the another part, which is grass, may get overshadowed in that. Now, in a situation of forest or wildlife, you take it that why two elephants will fight? Either they will fight due to instinct, or they will fight for domination, for aggression. So, for this kind of reasons, mostly elephants or animals, they fight. Fighting between two elephants will not be different from fighting to tigers or to lions. It will be mostly for the same reason. Now, what they have done, they have kept the largest animal in the animal life, which are elephants, and the most tiny, vulnerable, neglected, that is grass, on the other side. Therefore, two contrasting situations is there. Now, when elephants fight, do they intend to trample or destroy or do something to the grass? No. They are not aware of it, that what is its consequence. Sometimes when you fight, you may not be aware that what is its consequences. On the other side, now let us see from the grass point of view, what does grass do? Grass is a staple food. It's an important food for the vegetarian animals. And grass supports the soil structure. Grass preserves moisture. Grass allows you to walk. It is like it is like a soft cover over the hard soil. So grass has a lot of role. Now, these can be in various sectors. Different kind of examples of domination, hegemony, fight, that happens. And as a result, that, grass, that gets affected. Now, when it's called trampled, it says that it is not destruction. Trampled means basically it is injured. Okay, it is affected. Sometimes that can amount to total destruction. But, it is under pressure, okay, which it cannot take. Therefore, a lot of injuries take place, a lot of harm takes place, okay, a lot of bad consequences happens, in that area of loss, right? So, these contrast and then matching them will make the essay better. I know that this, will be an attractive essay for many. And I think that if they go immediately or jump to the war and confrontation between two, superpowers or big powers or major powers, then essays, essence will not be coming up, optimally. So better to make a spirally move to collect them and, set them in your essay discussion properly. Then this essay will look very good. Even the, huge crowd is there, but your essay's presentation will make a difference, and that will increase the prospect of getting good number. This is in brief my review of the topics. Again, I am telling that not a single topic I found is philosophical. Don't brand them unnecessarily. These topics are so modern, so different, so reformed that it tests the capacity to generate ideas, concepts, and visions. If you like this analysis and find it is enlightening and helpful, and not yet subscribed to the channel, then I would request you, please subscribe. And also, wait for my next video where I am analyzing the remaining 4 topics of the essay paper of Section B of UPSC CSC Mains 2026. Thank you very much.